Hey friends, I hope you're doing amazing. I want to chat today about procedures. It's pretty dull information actually, but in reality, as homeowners, we just want to know the end result of a service or product we're using that we're going to be happy with. Today's information, though, will give you insight on hiring someone so you make sure you're happy with it and you're also protected. See, several months ago, I met with a gentleman to do an estimate. I had never met before. I spent about an hour at his home. He asked a lot of questions. When I left, I felt like I'd known him for years. But he asked a question that day that no one else has ever asked, and maybe it's a question you should be asking. He said, how do you protect me, the client, and how do you protect your business? I said, well, we're insured and we're licensed. He said, okay, licensed. Does that mean you have a business license? I said, yes. He said, are there any specialty services you do that require you to have a license from the state or local government? I said, there are multiple. I said, we repair and maintain irrigation systems, we treat lawns, we do pest control, mosquito control, we treat trees, shrubs, flower beds, etc. And we're required to maintain a license for that. And I'll send it to you once I leave here today. But then he moved on to insurance. And he said, I'm assuming you have auto insurance. And I said, yes. He said, what about general liability? I said, we have that. And a little bit about general liability. So it protects the business in case we damage something at your property, we hurt you, your family member, pet, whatever it might be. That liability policy is there to protect you as well. But what he was moving toward was the workers' comp. See, he lived in another state for several years, and anytime he hired someone, he had to get a certificate of insurance to prove to his insurance company that company had workers' comp, which protected him from any liability. In Virginia, we don't have to worry about that. As a business owner, though, if we have more than 3 employees, which we do, we have to maintain a workers' comp insurance policy, and it has to be in effect year after year. You just can't get rid of it. So, a lot of companies will get hired by somebody across the country. It goes on year after year, and their employee gets hurt. Worst case scenario, they become disabled, and they need their bills covered. And they're looking for somebody to do that. They don't have workers' comp. So they take legal recourse and they go after the property owner to make sure those costs are covered. No homeowner, property owner expects that, especially when they're looking just for enhancement, improvements, repair. They don't need that. They're just looking for somebody to answer what their problem is at that moment. It looks bad on the business as well. So when you hire somebody, there's some things that you need to be asking. You need to ask, are you licensed and insured? If you're licensed, are there any specialty services that require you to have an additional license for that? Ask that question. It never hurts. If they do, they're going to give it right to you. Make sure they have insurance. Make sure they give you a COI if that's what you need. Make sure they have auto, the general liability, the workers' comp. If they don't have the workers' comp, ask your insurance agent, is there a waiver form, waiver of liability, that they can provide you to make that contractor sign that makes you clear and free in case there's an incident, or the contractor can provide it to you. So those are some things that you need to be looking at to ensure that you're protecting yourself and your investment moving forward. I hope you find this information helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability or get somebody who can answer those questions for you. So until next month, take care and we'll talk to you later.